Deep breath. Welcome to another episode of Harder Truths. I have my sister here with me. And a truth that we're gonna explore is how my sister grew up
With an
with
older
an older sister.
So
Third person.
we're gonna focus on how it's affected me specifically in school and how I've basically been under my sister's shadow for a bit in grade school. In grade school, because she's 6 years older, and we went to the same school in lower school, grade school, middle school,
Every
high
school.
school.
Every school.
Oh
We
yeah, every
haven't
school.
we didn't go to
Even UP.
Yeah.
When I would like get into school, the teachers would like, "Oh, are you related to Yani Mayo?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "Oh, so you're gonna like," they put on that expectation that because you were an excelling student, right? You got honors.
Thank you.
So they put that expectation
On
that-
you.
Yeah, and I was like, so they thought I was gonna be the same.
How did you
And
feel about that?
not good.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good expectation.
Yeah.
But there's an expectation, you know? Like, it's like I can't make my own name.
Yeah.
And I'm known as the sister of.
Yeah.
I remember mom went to PTC, which is Parent Teacher Conference, and that's where the teachers tell the parents how we are. And then the teacher, I heard her. You're not allowed to listen, but I heard her, and she said, I thought that Natalia, which is me, would be the same as Aliana, who is more extroverted. Yun pala, Natalia is a bit more mahinahon. And I was like, yeah, wait, this is my parent-teacher conference. How did my sister get into that? Yeah.
How did you feel about that comment?
You're always brought up in everything. So I was like, this is kind of getting annoying. So
Yeah.
although it wasn't intentional, I think there was something in me that wanted to make my own name, so I avoided things that you did.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
now that we're talking about it, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a point in her life where she didn't tell people that I was her sister at all.
Yes. No one knew I had a sister, and my friends only knew like after like a year, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you have a sister!"
And I think you only started telling people then, even later my college experience.
Yeah, cause I made a name of myself at that time already. I think in grade 5 or something, like I tried getting honors, and then I tried getting that exemplary behavior thing. So I already had like a reputation for myself. That's why I was okay to bring you up already.
Because you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Or did you feel any pressure?
No naman. Since I already have something for myself, they wouldn't know me as someone's sister. They'd know me as Natalia with a sister.
I actually understood why you didn't want to tell people that I was your sister. Not to be like braggy, but I didn't want you to feel like you had to live up to somebody. And there, why?
Char.
You think I'm lying? Because I felt that way in terms of our family. Dad, mom, and grandpa always
Oh.
yeah, they always bring it up with me. Like, your grandpa was like, your dad is like,
For
your
real.
mom is like, ganyan. Not that they're doing it on purpose, but I think that's also like the eldest child thing. Na they'll always reference you to your parents, to your family, how you're brought up. I felt like to a degree, I was molded by those expectations. Kaya nga, I was afraid to let people down. As an eldest child, that is how I got validation. Kasi that's how our parents or our family members in reunions, yan palagi binabring up, ganyan. Always the achievements kapag reunion, diba? They never
Yeah.
even ask you about how you are. They're just like, you know what, she achieved this year. Ganyan.
Yeah.
When was the point when you were like, you know what? I accept that this is my sister and I'm open about it.
Oh, I think it was when I had my friends who I met in grade 8 because they're still my friends until now, and at that time, like we had such a strong friendship that I knew they wouldn't just befriend me for a sister, or I knew that they didn't know you. Even because you went in courtside, right? I wouldn't tell people that you're
Yeah,
my
yeah,
sister,
yeah.
especially when you went in courtside. I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't wanna. Yeah. My friends only found out after it, and they were like, oh my god, your sister is the courtside. I was like, yeah. I knew that there were people that wanted to befriend me because of you, but no thanks. It's not my level.
Yeah.
So shallow.
When you opened this up to me when we were growing up, I would always tell mom actually to tell the the teachers to stop comparing us.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm a good person.
That's why the pressure on me was rough because I needed to somehow make myself likable to these terror profs.
I think also that was a part in our life where we weren't super close.
Yeah.
Like, we were like tiptoeing around each other. Like,
Yeah.
it was always through mom. I don't remember where this started, but we started doing like catch ups.
I think it was you started it.
Okay.
I wasn't that mature
Good
to
job, Sal.
acknowledge my feelings like that.
So
Yeah.
I would like ask, go to your room without consent, open the door, barge in, and be like, let's catch up, girl. What are you
Yeah.
feeling right now? Even though I'm uncomfortable, because we aren't very I'm not an emotional person.
I think it's because of the way our parents brought us up. They aren't also super emotional when you were younger.
Yeah, they're not lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
We aren't super articulate when it comes to expressing our emotions.
Yeah.
So when we would sit down, I would be like,
I'd be like,
you're like, "Ah!" But we had to go through it, which is I'm glad, because when we started doing that, we were more open about each other and our lives, and then you shared that to me. And then you mentioned a while ago na because of us and our dynamic, you started doing stuff that I wasn't involved in.
yeah.
I remember that we would ask you to start doing content, and then you were like, no, I don't want to do content.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But now you're doing the content in your
Yeah.
own free will.
Yeah.
You're the one who did it.
And
na.
my own niche also, because yours is sports and stuff. I like skincare, so I got into skincare. Even your college degree, it's not something that I don't super want.
Yeah.
Your broadcast communications. I considered it. But I was like, if I go there, everyone will like know who you are. Like, I already know that they're gonna be like, oh my god. Especially since you got into courtside and, you know, UP highly values sports and
Sure.
yeah.
UP values excellence.
Yeah, there we go. That's what, yes.
Was that the reason why you took a different course?
No naman.
Okay.
But I had a hard time accepting that it was something I'd consider.
Pero because you had that awareness, you were able to take up stuff that I wasn't good at.
Oh, that makes
I don't know if you are aware of it, but me growing up, I was like, you know what, she's doing all the stuff that I couldn't do. And I'm so grateful because now we have economics person.
Yeah.
But she never teaches me anyway, so I'm not benefiting from it at all. Not to say that I'm supposed to be benefiting for it, but also to say I'm like, this is supposed to be a siblingship. Like, we're supposed to be sisters right now.
But when you found out that I wasn't telling people about you as a sister, did you feel any negative emotions?
I actually didn't know how to feel. But I understood. Like, I was like,
You
yeah.
understood like right off the bat, or you
Yeah.
had to think, oh,
Because you would already, it was already a thing for you. Like, you already felt these emotions, even though you didn't tell me. And I think mom would also tell me, na parang, I already knew you were being compared to me. Nobody even told me. I think I just found out na you weren't telling people. I was like, okay, this is how she's coping with it. It's fine. And I think kasi growing up then, we didn't have that ate, younger sister relationship. Because of that, I felt like we were able to explore things independently. Like, I didn't feel the need to keep taking care of you because I knew you could take care of yourself naman growing up. That's just me. Maybe I'm avoiding responsibility. I didn't feel hurt. I think I was just so into my own space then.
Oh.
Kasi, like, when you're in grade school and high school, and I was entering college, and I was too busy to think about your feelings, girl. Are you okay now that people know that I'm your sister?
Oh, actually, yeah. Cause mom brought up na I can use your
Oh, we are using each other.
since you already have like a platform. Like if I wanted to get into content creation, I can like bounce off of that. I think you also brought that up before.
This
Just
is what
in
I'm saying
case.
about siblingship. You don't even teach me about economics and you're using me. Our dynamic, this is actually why I don't bring up older siblings to younger siblings.
Oh.
Especially with basketball players or athletes. I
Oh
never
my-
do.
That's so thoughtful, girl.
I don't like asking the question on record, but I am curious about it off record.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't like the narrative of that person to be around their sibling. Especially if the sibling, older or younger, is more popular
Yeah.
or is um
Relatively better in the sport.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't like bringing up yung parang how has your sibling I mean, we have to ask the question because it's context. But I try to always ask about the person.
Yeah.
How did they get into the sport? And then it's them na who will bring up their sibling or whatever.
Mm.
So, I feel like madaming pressure yan pag athlete. Kasi, when you're an athlete, there's so much attention in whoever's the greater sibling.
Yeah.
Quote and quote, the greater sibling in the eyes of the people. And then, you have your other sibling na I try to, when I'm producing, I try to look for a different angle. Like, that they're good at, what are their interests and other stuff like that. If wala na silang interest aside from, what their
Yeah.
sibling is doing, then that's the story. But I like to talk about other things that they like doing aside from their sibling. So, that's how this siblingship, what's the different word? Sisterhood.
Yeah, yeah.
This relationship has influenced me in my work.
You know, I also can't like blame people for comparing siblings because when I see the athlete siblings, I'll be like, this one, or like people in general, like, oh, this person looks better.
Hala!
Yeah, or oh, this person, like, oh, this younger sister is younger, but she's better. Ganon. Like, I can't. It's the first thought, but I obviously don't bring it up to someone. It's like the initial.
Yeah, I think it's the initial thought for everybody, but I'm mindful of individuals. Like, individually,
Yeah.
people want to excel in their own way and in their own capacity.
Yeah.
So that's how this influenced my career and other work life. Interestingly, our mom and dad, they haven't brought up this kind of topic, no? Even though
Yeah.
they're a lot in their
Oh yeah,
families.
they both have siblings.
Yeah!
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Si dad is the eldest sibling.
I think cause like when dad does something, mom will be like, ikaw yung panganay, dapat ganto-ganto to set
Oh,
ganto.
mom talks to me like that also. And when I was growing up, I was like, what? Hindi ko naman pinili na maging panganay. Bakit nyo binaburden yung magiging panganay sa akin? Bakit di na lang siya mag-adjust? But then I realized, after you slapped me across the face, remember
I
that?
slapped you. Sheesh.
When you were young.
I was a strong woman. Independence
Crazy.
from day one.
Crazy. After that occurrence happened when you were young, I was like, you know what? I really have to be the one adjusting. I can't rely on this person to adjust because you were young. But because of our relationship and our dynamic, how have you been made better? How did we both become better because of each other?
I think since you got into the content creation field first, I didn't have to navigate as much. I mean, I'd see your videos. Have you guys seen? It's similar. The way we speak in the videos. It's not my fault. I just speak like this. Yeah, and also like the way I edit or the way like come with me videos, the way it's done, it's similar.
I think I became better because I realized the stuff that I don't realize because of you. Like medicine, stuff that she knows more about the meds that we have to take than I do. And she gets really pissed whenever I have to ask her. And then, right? I realized how much better I could be as an older sister because of you then. Because how does she know all of these things and I don't know all of these things? But not to I mean, yes, to compare. Because I'm supposed to be the more knowledgeable one in my opinion. So, parang I've had that awareness na, oh, I have to take note of these things, medicine, finance, investing. Although they don't come to me naturally. I think I'm good at, when we have an event, I'm usually the front-facing sister.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the one who leads more when it's events.
I know more about these things because one, I get sick often when I was younger. And two, I'm like curious with dad. Like I'd ask him. And at that point, since you weren't in economics, he was proud to teach me.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh my god,
Oh,
this is the
yeah.
sun," and I was like,
This is the sun.
I feel like,
Bro, I also have that thing. I think Dad
Yeah.
wanted the guy.
no, for real.
Really?
For another episode.
Yeah. I feel like growing up, we just kind of like puzzled ourselves together.
Yeah.
Even though we don't like to be together.
We have our own things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are independent, but we still help each other or inspire each other in what we're not into.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we still try to help one another.
Yeah.
These are our truths and our experiences in the moment. And this can change throughout how we grow up. So it would be so fun to just look back at this like 5 years or 10 years from now and be like, oh, I agree. Oh, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's a process talaga. And that's what we want here in the podcast, is to keep on unraveling who we are and getting to know ourselves better. If you guys want to stay connected, at It's Yani Mayo on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Threads.
Oh!
Yeah. How about you?
You can find me at Tisani Mayo or check her following and find Mayo. I will be there.
Yeah, along with our other family members. And guys, if you want to stay tuned to the next episode, please do follow this podcast and share on Instagram stories your favorite part of the episode and tag us. Thank you guys so much. Bye and thank you.